Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation on Internet Marketing Mix. Today we are going to explore how Internet has changed business. Some people actually call today's age of business Business 2.0 just because Internet has changed pretty much everything. But Internet has changed the marketing mix as well, the 4 P's of marketing. In other words, you remember that there are 9 rules of marketing, actually one ultimate rule, and it says that our 4 P's, product, price, promotion, place, they have to satisfy our target customer. That's all 4P concept is about. Bartels says that marketer is like a chef in a kitchen, a mixer of ingredients. So like in a kitchen, like when preparing a food, you have to mix all those ingredients in the best possible way. Similarly, I like to compare marketing mix with an orchestra, where you have lots of instruments and all of those instruments have to play the right tone and they have to be in sync with each other. Where is the marketing mix? When we look at the strategic marketing process, we remember that there is a vision and situation analysis and objectives. So we want to be where we want to know where we are right now and where do we want to go. But strategies and tactics are actually only step number 4. We talked about strategies and how to get there, but tactical decisions are mostly short-term decisions, and 4P decisions are for the most part tactical decisions. So once again, 4 P's have to do with tactics. Some people say that we have today even 7 P's or 8 P's. So in addition to product, price, place, and promotion, we have, for example, people. In other words, in order to satisfy our customer, we have to have the right people, we have to train them, we have to ensure that the service is awesome, that they create wow factor and delight the customer. Or maybe number 6, our processes have to be optimized as well, so that they're efficient and effective and that again they satisfy our customer. Or number 7, we have to create physical evidence, like for example in the offline world, packaging of a product, or the experience in a retail shop, like for example in IKEA or Starbucks. So the overall physical evidence or experience. In the online world, similarly, we create experience by creating a fabulous website where everything is easy to find, usable website in only, 3 clicks and 8 seconds, whenever possible. But I'd like to stick with the concept of 4 P's. It's easier to remember, and for the most part, all those new P's, like for example P number 8, partnerships, all of them can be one way or the other integrated into the 4P, basic 4P concept, which by the way was developed by Jerome McCarthy. So let's have a look at the first one. It's a product. Has product changed thanks to the internet? Yes, by all means. First of all, our product is becoming much more customized. I will explain in a few moments. And it's becoming more often delivered in a digital format. And it's more targeted, more unique. We call it long tail marketing. Let me explain first of all how the product is changing. It's becoming more personalized or more customized. Like for example, Nike recognized this opportunity and they created a website called NikeID.com. And on that website you can actually customize your shoe. You can change the color of laces and the swoosh and all the colors and elements, and you can create completely unique your own shoe. NikeID.com. However, products are also becoming more digital, unlike shoes. We have today, for example, music or books or maybe movies, videos, games, software programs, phone apps. We have photos, training, consulting, various online services like for example SurveyMonkey.com. They literally live on the internet and their product is completely internet based. It's doing online surveys. Similarly, a website called iContact.com. What they do, they help you deliver your emails to your customers. So really one other digital product or service. Let me now explain how Amazon is making money. Well, you might think that most of their profits come from the best sellers, like for example these listed on Amazon's website. Well, yes, they do sell lots of them and they do create some profit there. But most internet companies make money based on so-called concept of long-tail marketing, in other words, selling unique products. Or as Chris Anderson, who is the author of this concept, says, the future of business is selling less. In other words, smaller quantities of products, of more products. I'm going to repeat this. The future of business is selling the smaller quantities of products, of more and more products. So maybe that will be more clear when I show you this so-called long tail curve. This is the head of the curve, and this is where traditional businesses are making most of the money. They sell some best-selling items in huge quantities. So another best-selling item in huge quantities. However, today, in the age of internet, there's so many other products that you can offer on the internet, and so this curve is pretty much infinite, and you can sell many of those products, unique products, at a smaller quantity. But there are so many of these products which you can sell at a smaller quantity that you can make huge profits based on, once again, long tail, selling less quantities of more and more variety of products. Let's now have a look at how price has changed. First of all, we have greater price competition. Now anyone can compete with you. For example, the company from Australia can compete in UK in a matter of minutes. Then we have more flexible and more dynamic pricing, something that I will explain in a few moments. And the pricing has become more interactive. It's being driven by a customer and it's being customized. And yes, we do have, in most cases, lower costs of communication or overhead cost or menu changing cost or consumer search cost. We have new ways of pricing like online auctions and, for example, tips. Did you know that many internet websites actually generate their revenue based on donations and tips? And finally, you've probably noticed that free products and services have almost become a dominant way of doing business. In other words, we offer lots of products for free and then we charge for some advanced version of upgraded version of our product. Let me just explain, for example, what I meant by dynamic pricing. Here we have an example of a website called Getty Images. They offer photo images, but what they have actually done, they vary the price of photos depending on factors like, for example, the size of a photo. As you can see here, they would charge from $25 to $699 based on certain factors like, for example, the size of a file. That is similar to air companies that will charge you for the same seat so different price depending on the season, depending on when you buy the ticket, etc., etc. So basically this again is called dynamic pricing. Why dynamic? Because there's no one set level of price. So there's no fixed price. The price depends on various factors. And the prime example of that is a company called Priceline. They pretty much reinvented the pricing. So what they do, they ask you, where do you want to fly? Like, for example, from Vancouver, Canada to maybe New York. And then you need to name your own price. In other words, you might want to say, well, I'm going to pay $200 or $250 and that's it. And you should notify me through email if you can match that price that I'm prepared to pay. So it's kind of reversed model, reversed pricing. And once again, it's driven by a customer, and this Priceline model is called dynamic pricing. And once again, you have websites like YouTube or Metro Lyrics. They will offer you lots of services for free, and then they will either charge for upgraded version of the product or they will charge for these ads. Finally, let's talk about place, the third instrument of marketing. Yes, this one has changed as well, thanks to the internet. For example, today we can deliver books, consulting, advice or seminar or training, music, movies, various products. Interestingly, actually today, internet is at the same time delivery or distribution channel, as we can see here, and it's also a promotion media, and it is also a way to develop our product. So we have almost three instruments merging on the internet, just because internet and the website is becoming a product, it is becoming a channel for distribution, and it is becoming a channel or media for promotion. So once again, another trend, internet enables creation of new markets. Like never before, you can sell in some new countries to some new target markets almost overnight. And it's becoming much more direct. Let me illustrate that with the example of Apple, how they sell online, as you can see here, directly on apple.com website, so it's becoming totally direct, or they sell online through an online retailer. They also sell offline through Apple stores directly, and they can sell indirectly through an offline retailer like Best Buy in both examples. So we can see that distribution has changed in a way that it's either more direct in some cases, or it's just more versatile. Finally, how has promotion changed? As you can guess, promotion has changed as well. It's becoming more interactive, more personalized one-on-one, more permission-based, as I will explain in a few moments, more creative, more versatile. It's just there's so many ways to promote a website, and again, it's becoming more direct. And finally, it's much more social. People talk to each other a lot, and this is called word of mouth. Word of mouth 2.0, or some people call this new word of mouth that happens through social media, they call it word of mouse. Word of mouse. Again, then we call it also viral marketing, another new way of marketing. It's called viral marketing. For the first time in the history, for example, you get the advertisements that you want. For example, if I type in Hotel Vancouver, I'm gonna get an offer, a list of various hotels, like for example the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver, the hotels listed on Expedia website, on booking.com, etc., etc. So really I'm being presented with those advertisements that I asked for. So it's totally interactive, it's less intrusive, it's much more permission-based. And finally, we're going to have a look at the 40 ways how to promote your website. But that's coming in the next presentation. For the time being, I'd like to thank you very much for listening, and stay tuned.